So, the Galactic Federation had a secret research lab where they were attempting to bring back to life an extinct species, Metroids. They were using Metroid DNA to resurrect this extinct race. Now, Metroids had gone extinct for a good reason. They were very dangerous creatures. And anyone in their right mind, after seeing the destructive power of Metroids, would not have tried to revive them as a species, but the Galactic Federation was determined to, in secret, resurrect them and then use them for military purposes. So the Galactic Federation had a secret military research base for cloning Metroids and bringing them back to life using their DNA. So they succeeded in bringing back some Metroids. However, things went wrong. The Metroids escaped captivity, killed a bunch of people in the research lab. Some survivors just barely made it out, and the Galactic Federation realized, shit, we need to call someone in to clean up this mess. So they couldn't just nuke their research facility. I mean, like, the Metroids are going to reproduce, and they're going to reproduce at like an exponential rate until there's like an alarming number of them, until they like cover the planet. So the Galactic Federation is like, shit, we need to solve this. But they didn't want to nuke their facility. The most direct solution would just be to nuke their own facility and just get rid of the Metroids that way. But they refused to consider that option because they had like too many trillions of dollars of important research equipment there, and they secretly wanted to maintain all of their data, so that they could continue their research like in a safer location or something. So of course, the Galactic Federation calls in the only bounty hunter who has experience dealing with Metroids and surviving. Samus Aran. Some call her Samus Aran, and I would say fuck you, it sounds better pronounced Aran. So, the government contacts Samus Aran and says, sorry, there's a facility full of Metroids. We need you to go in there and kill the Metroid Queen. Stop them from reproducing. Samus is like, what the fuck? You guys cloned Metroids again? Didn't you learn anything the last time? And the Galactic Federation is like, yeah, we're sorry, okay? That doesn't matter. We have a Metroid problem. Will you stop the Metroids or not? Samus is like, I'm going to charge a lot of money for this. Like, okay, yeah, name your price. Whatever, dude, we'll pay you anything. Just fucking stop the Metroids, please. They're gonna overrun the planet. We need you. No one else can handle this but you, Samus. And Samus is like, okay, I'll do it. But no more cloning Metroids. And the Galactic Federation is like, oh yeah, sure, pinky swear, we promise. And so Samus goes to this planet where the Galactic Federation was cloning Metroids. And she goes to the research facility. And she fights her way through it, and eventually reaches, like, the Metroid nest or whatever, and kills the Metroid Queen. And she kills the Metroid... this is a really, really, really long journey that she has to go on to actually get all the way through the facility and eventually destroy the Queen and all that. But she's Samus, and she's fucking badass, so eventually she does it. And so after she destroys the Metroid Queen, she's like, you know what? They told me not to blow up the facility, but honestly, if I don't blow up this facility and destroy all their research, they're just going to do this shit all over again. They never learn. They never ever learn, and they will do this again if I don't stop it right here. So Samus decides to activate the self-destruct sequence for the laboratory and just blow up the entire facility. So she activates the self-destruct sequence. She blows up, the facility's like, this facility will self-destruct in 60 seconds. And she gets the hell out of there and escapes by the skin of her teeth and just barely survives, escapes the explosion. And she's fine. The facility gets blown up. And then the Federation is like, holy shit, Samus, we told you not to blow it up. What did you do? She's like, sorry, the Metroid Queen activated the self-destruct sequence. Sorry. Nothing I could have done. Oops. Too bad, right? Too bad. Oops. Uh-oh. And the Galactic Federation is like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Now, there was a side effect, though. There was a problem. Something that Samus didn't foresee, something she didn't expect. That explosion that blew up the facility was really, really fucking huge. Like, it was like giant. This explosion actually destroyed the facility next to it. This explosion took out 2 facilities. Luckily, there were no civilian casualties in the adjacent facility, but the act of destroying the facility caused, a lot of property damage. And Samus, of course, now there's some legal red tape she has to go through. She has to pay for this damage that she caused. But it was such a ridiculously large sum of money, this damage that she caused. She can't afford to pay the price, like to pay back the people who owned that facility. It was basically owned by one individual, that facility. And because Samus blew it up, now she has to pay for it, but she doesn't have the money to pay for it. She's like, Galactic Federation, can you bail me out? Can you just pay for it? And they're like, no, fuck you. Because they're upset with Samus because she didn't succeed in, because, she didn't succeed in her mission of, keeping the facility safe. So they're like, we're not going to pay you. The conditions were, don't blow up the facility. The facility blew up. We're not going to pay you for the job. And she's like, what the fuck? And so Samus doesn't get paid for her job, and now she owes like trillions of dollars to this dude for blowing up his facility, and the Galactic Federation won't bail her out. Now, under Galactic Federation law, there is, there's 2 ways to handle this. Number 1, you go to jail. That's option 1, imprisonment, and for her situation, it's going to be life in jail. Or, number 2, you enter a contract of basically indentured servitude toward the person whose property you destroyed until you've eventually worked off your debt. And Samus, well, she ain't going to jail. And she doesn't have the money to pay him back. So she only has like one option. She's like, shit, I guess I'm going to have to take the servitude. I'm going to have to basically become a servant for some specific number of years until I've worked off this debt. So she has no other option. She can't flee and she considers fleeing and becoming a fugitive, but it's not good to be like a broke ass fugitive. It's not a good idea. And the whole Galactic Federation knows who she is. So this isn't going to work out. She's like, fuck, I have no choice. I have to enter this contract, enter the state of servitude, and work off my debt slowly over a period of a very, very long time. So, reluctantly, Samus signs the contract and goes to meet the guy who she's going to be the servant of. She knocks on his door, the door opens, and the guy standing there is none other than YandereDev himself. The handsome and famous developer renowned across the galaxy for creating the smash hit indie game sensation Yandere Simulator. That facility that got blown up belonged to YandereDev. That's where he was developing Yandere Sim. And all the Yandere Sim source code got blown up in the explosion. And YandereDev's kind of a stupid guy. He didn't keep any backups. So now Samus Aran, most esteemed bounty hunter in all the land, now she's the servant of YandereDev. So she steps into his house, and her contract begins. And unfortunately, I can't tell you the rest of the story because it's too hot for Twitch.